What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. It's not a vlog, it's a podcast episode. It's a part two of a podcast episode with Tarun. If you remember, he did his master's in Georgia Tech in computer science, but he did his first half in India, second half in United States, and now he's working full time in Amazon as a software engineer. This podcast is only focused on how did his job search started, what was his internship search strategy since he only had 2 semesters in United States, what did he do to get job in Amazon, and practice for interviews and algorithms and all of the fun stuff. Timestamp in the description. Skip to any part of the video you want to. Tarun, brother, if you're watching this, thank you so much for doing this. It means a lot to me and our Yudi Squad community. And last but not the least, thank you so much for all the love and support. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the comments. Every single comment means a lot to me. So let's see if we can get to 300 comments and 1000 likes in this video. If we can do that, that'll be awesome. And now I will let you enjoy the conversation. If you haven't watched the first part to get the full kind of his journey, you should definitely check that video out. So Tarun, let's talk about what and when did you start kind of thinking about job search?
Right in the first semester.
Nice.
Right when I landed here.
I love it. I was hoping that you would say that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. So, like, what's the job search approach? Yeah.
There was a career fair in my first semester itself. I think it was in September. So I was preparing for the career fair with resumes, my LinkedIn profile, and some projects, extra projects in that semester. So there were very big companies in that career fair, like Facebook, Google, Amazon, Yahoo, all of those, Apple. So
did you go and meet everybody?
It's kind of difficult. So because there are lots of students and the people who are at the stalls, they're very few. So you had to stand in lines for at least an hour and a half to talk to the person, just to give your resume and talk about yourself. It's just elevator pitches to everyone.
Right. So how many companies did you go and meet in your post-career fair?
I think eight top companies, and I went to a few local companies as well, but just to like ramp up my speech.
Yeah, nice. What kind of preparation did you do before going to career fair?
Resumes. Yeah, the resumes have to be different from what you give online, because they'll be reading resumes in their hand. So the fonts and the amount of text which you look, it should not be too dense, stuff like that. Yeah. And
what
also
quick things, quick changes or things you would recommend for people to put it in their resume?
It's mostly about your elevator pitch. If they like what your experience and what your skills are, they'll take your resume and they'll write something on the back. They wrote something on the back so that they can follow up more. So it's better we include all our GitHub profiles, LinkedIn profiles, and any project repositories.
Yeah. What kind of roles were you looking for?
I was mostly looking for data science roles.
And then you ended up software developer.
Yeah, in the software developer also, I'm working on AWS.
AWS, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, what was your elevator pitch? Like, let's see if I'm in Google, how would you pitch me?
Okay, so I just tell my experience. My name is Tarun Saranga. I've worked as data scientist and machine learning engineer for 2 years in India. During that 2 years, I've developed major components of the startup, like developing predictive models for the business and business analytics. And one specific project that I like is price prediction for the vegetable market in India.
Nice.
That included deep learning models in which I gained 86% accuracy. It might not sound very big, but it's actually very big.
Throwing you, of course, because I was not hoping you would say, but I threw you off, and I was like, let's see how spontaneous you are. You did excellent, good job. Like you hit exactly, the things you worked on, and you also went into the predictive modeling and data. Like, it shows that you really are passionate about it. Of course, your conversation would be much more flowy, and you wouldn't like just go and start like, "Hey, my name is Tarun" or something like that. You would have that small talk kind of, and then you would somewhere in between you would pitch yourself. So
Yeah.
you did an excellent job.
And
Yeah.
one more problem I faced here was most of the companies here look for people with experience less than or equal to 1 year or more than or equal to 3 years. I'm stuck in between. So
Interesting.
I'm not a fresh graduate per se, and also not an experienced person.
Right.
So
Like in the
that's
middle.
a problem I faced. I mean, most of the applications required this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in career fair, they just say that you have to go online and apply in on the website.
Right. When you go and meet them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But I think there are some like, they write something, they write your notes on your resume, or they kind
yeah,
of like, okay, this guy, we like this guy. We like this Tarun guy. We definitely should, when he applies, we should check him out when he applies or something like that. So they do something, I don't know exactly, but
yeah. Uh, a few companies wanted me to follow up, but I forgot to tell them that I am an international applicant. I don't have H1B. I mean, I need H1B and stuff. So those companies didn't follow through.
oh yeah, yeah,
So we should not forget to inform that we are international applicants and we require H1B support. And
yes. All right. So your career fair happened. You kind of understood how it works. So what was the next step? How did you got, like, how many interviews did you got? How many companies did you apply to?
uh, to put a number on that, how many companies I applied, I don't remember, maybe 600, 700, 800.
Nice.
So just go on LinkedIn and apply whatever job descriptions that you like.
Yeah, yeah. So and then what was, how many interviews did you do?
I think I got around 4 interviews. But Amazon was the one where I got through. I mean, the whole process.
Okay. So now let's talk about Amazon, and when was this? Like, when did you get your first round of interview in Amazon?
It was not interview, but the coding
Right, the
problem.
coding test. Yeah.
It was in October 2019.
So
Yeah,
we were eh, like way back. Right now, when we are filming, it's like May 16, 17, and you
yeah.
had like 6, 7 months ago. So what was it like? So walk us through the process of Amazon.
The first one was coding interview. You just get 2 questions. You have to solve them. They were pretty much okay. I
Right.
passed all the test cases. And the next one was,
So they you applied online or through career
yeah,
fair?
I applied online. Even if you go and talk to in the career fair, you have to apply online anyway.
Right, but on when I say online, I kind of meant like, did you apply it on their website or through your Georgia Tech portal?
No, through the website.
Through their website. Okay, got it. So they got back to you saying like, "Hey, complete this test," and
Yeah.
then okay. And what is that test like? Like, would you have to code? Like, what is that, like a problem solving test? Like, what is it like?
Uh, it's just a lead code kind of problem.
Okay.
So
Got
before that, I should say I've practiced a lot of lead code.
Yes.
That's why it keeps coming up.
Yeah, yeah. I actually, let's take a pause and go back. What kind of preparation did you do for that interview, or for any software developer or data scientist interview?
Yeah. I didn't know about lead code before I came to US here.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
the advantage here is you get to talk to people around you. So they tell you stuff which you don't know.
yeah, yeah.
So I found out lead code from one of my friends, and I took a premium subscription in that, and I kept practicing.
Nice. So you kept practicing lead code. What is there anything else did you do for preparation?
Uh, Nothing else.
Nothing else.
So uh, basic programming concepts. I know basic programming concepts on all this stuff, and data science. I don't need extra preparation for that.
Because
For the
you've been
data science
working
roles.
for 2 years, so
Yeah.
yeah, gotcha.
So
Okay. So now, moving on to the interview part. So you cleared your first round of coding test. What's the second round?
the second round is like part two of the first round itself, but it's just concepts, like coding concepts. You have choose the correct answer type questions.
Oh, and it's
Like
like an online portal where you have to click the
yeah,
answers.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And the next round was a work experience round. Uh, I didn't hear of this round before. So basically, you get a email kind of setup. So you are the worker in Amazon, and your superiors are emailing you about some decisions that you have to take. So they'll
Oh,
email you scenarios, and you have to take decisions based on those scenarios, and they'll email you some data, and you have to take decisions on that data, how you solve the problem and all that thing. So it took
great.
almost three
This is
hours.
the thing. So how does it work? Like, so they sent you email on your personal email.
No, no, no. It's a separate portal. It's like
Okay.
work simulation kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Wow. Okay.
on that simulation, you get emails and you talk to managers. They record all your like interactions, how you interact with the manager. So
And
it
and so basically they gave you a time like, hey, we're gonna be interviewing you. You log in into this portal. So that portal is basically a simulation of Amazon Office setup, and you
yeah.
get an email from your manager saying like, hey, what? Give us an example of some scenarios.
I just remember one. So there are some delivery trucks uh, and they gave me a table of distances to various locations with the mileage, pollution, and profitability of that locations. So you have to take decisions if you want to send fleet A to this location or fleet B to this location. What will you prioritize on? Is it the mileage, or is it the profitability, or is it the customer satisfaction? Yeah, one more thing I prepared for this Amazon interview is Amazon has these work principles on their website.
Mm.
So you have to get in touch with those work principles,
So you
like
did like,
how Amazon works.
yeah. So you researched on Amazon. So you
Yeah,
like you knew if they ask you on that, you choose customer set. I'm assuming customer
yeah,
set.
of course, Amazon is a great customer
Yeah.
service thing. So we
Right.
have to always choose customer first.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. So that how long was that? You said 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
And in 3 hours, what, like it's just like calling your manager calls or they email
So
you and
the manager thing is just recorded videos.
okay.
So
Got it. So it's basically a recorded video which you see, and it's managers explaining you the situation, and then
yeah.
you're to. Do you have to type it out or do you have to record it?
Uh, some were we have to type some were just like prioritizing. You'll have a list,
Oh,
uh, and you have to drag and drop which you want to prioritize in
nice.
levels.
Got it. Okay. So of course, you cleared that round. What happened after that?
So after that was a virtual interview. So
What
interview
virtual interview? You mean online?
online interview. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Everything is virtual nowadays.
So
Yeah. What do you mean? So what was that? With whom it was?
uh, it was with one of the just Amazon employee. I
Okay.
thought the interview would be about me, like they'll ask questions about my skills and stuff. But to my shock, that they just wanted to make sure that the coding problems and uh, the test that I've done is by me.
Yeah.
So the interview guy asked me how I solved those both coding problems. So he wanted me to go through the thought process that went through in solving the problem. So I've explained both how I solved both the questions, and that was it.
Yeah. No, I think that's a thing pattern we also follow in my company as well, where we give them a coding round. It's like an assignment. They submit that assignment, and then the first interview is based on explaining how did you complete that assignment. So
Yeah,
to just kind of think through one, their thought process, and to make sure that they are the one who solved it and not somebody else.
but
So,
I was not prepared for that.
oh,
I
got
thought
you.
it would go as a conventional interview.
Right. They'll ask you about you and your work experience and things like that.
Yeah,
So you
but that
cleared,
was the easy part,
right.
I guess.
Yeah. Uh, well, in your case, because you're the one who solved the problem, so you knew exactly
Yeah,
how you solved
that's why it was easy.
it. So what happened after that?
Uh, After that, a long time of waiting,
Yeah.
waiting. So it was Christmas Eve. They were not publishing the results, and I had to wait till second week of January to get the results.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like waiting for the results the whole time.
Yeah. Must be very stressful. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
did I get selected or no? So then what? What happened? So you got the result. Like, is it like then on-site interview or no on? So that was the.
No, that was the last. That's why I was shocked.
Oh, got you. Okay, so you cleared everything, and then the result came. They emailed you. I'm assuming that hey, here's
Yeah.
your. Okay, that's awesome. That's a very different, and I mean, I didn't know the Amazon process at all. So now I know a little bit about it. I can proudly explain somebody or send it to you. You can explain them. What's the salary range for Amazon software developer?
It's probably 110 to 120.
And is that is your job in Atlanta or is it somewhere else?
My job is in Portland,
Portland. Okay, so you'll be coming to.
but most of the students that I know they got in Seattle and Bay Area.
Okay.
So Portland has like uh, a very few open spots left.
I think Portland, you're gonna like it. One thing you might, I have been to Portland and actually look at this Portland.
Yeah,
Sorry. You will definitely like it. It's very pretty city. It's a lot of greenery.
actually, I've already been to Portland. My relatives stay there.
Oh, very nice. Okay, who am I teaching? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it better than Atlanta?
uh, when I went to Portland, it was raining a lot, so we couldn't go outside to roam
Correct.
around.
I was gonna
But
say
we,
that
st-
one
but
down.
still, I covered most of the Portland already.
Yes, very nice. And I think if I'm not wrong, they don't have state taxes. I am not sure, but
Yeah.
I think that is the case. But anyway, man, I think this was awesome. What's the one tip would you give to anybody who's preparing, who wants to go to Amazon or who's preparing for software developer?
Again, lead code. Prepare yourself for the interviews
Yeah,
and don't lose yourself thinking that you can't like get any interviews. Even though you can't get any interviews, there'll be that one interview where go through and you'll get the job.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And do you once you got the Amazon interview, did you apply anywhere else, or you're like, no, by Amazon मिल गया उसके बाद क्या है?
Yeah, that's because Amazon offered me H1B processing itself in the
That's right.
and and I got selected in the lottery also. So it's
That
just
actually, yes, I forgot about that part. So that is so cool. So you got your job offer in January. You haven't
yeah.
even graduated, right?
So one more thing is they haven't given me any choice. Like within 3 days, I had to give my decision to Amazon. So because if they wanted to process my application for H1B.
Mm.
So in order to be considered for H1B, I have to give my decision within 3 days. So I had no choice.
Wow. Of course, and but, I mean also it's Amazon, so it's a
Yeah,
big brand on your resume. Hopefully after that, hopefully things will work out for you. I mean, it has already worked out. So that is very unique case. I haven't heard this, that you're still about to graduate and your H1B is picked. So that is so cool. So how did that go? Like, what process did that have? How did that process happen?
They just mailed me that to make sure that I graduate this semester. So if I don't graduate, I won't be considered in the master's quota for H1B.
Right.
I
Okay.
would still get the job, but I wouldn't be in a master's quota for H1B. That would mean like less
Okay.
chances to get H1B picked.
Yeah, you would be in that 20,000 instead of 65,000, I think. Yeah, it would be something like that. Gotcha. Okay. And then so basically they ask for all your documentation and
Yeah, I
they
still have
file.
to submit my master's degree.
Of course,
I
yes.
just graduated.
Yes, and you got to know that you're selected through online, through your case.
Yeah,
You,
Amazon informed me about that.
yeah, yeah. This is so cool. I mean, look at it. Look at your journey. I mean, I'm so inspired. Like you did your first semester online, then you decided to transfer here. You came here on campus, and when you came here, you got C. In spite of that, you still got into Amazon, and your H1B selected. Man, that's a awesome journey and so inspiring. So grateful that you shared this, and hopefully this will give a lot of students some hope and inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, thank you for doing this. Until our next episode.
Keep smiling and keep hustling.